I have received two of the coolers, one on each purchase order. So I had two purchase orders. I'm going to sell those items, and then I'm going to return those items and see the impact on general ledger. So let's go to a customer sale. I'll go to the B spot and select. So I'm going to sell a TD 6524 HC. And it says bottle cooler. I want two of those. And this is my sell price for those units. So I've sold the two, and I'm going to tender them. Now I'm putting a purchase order in, and I'm going to put them as cash transactions. Packing slip, no. We'll look at our invoice. We see we have two of them for $4,900, and then of course we have sales tax. Okay, so if we go into invoice history, we show that we sold two of these bottle coolers, and this was our sell price. So what I'm going to do is I am going to say show costs, and on the show cost, this is the average cost. Because I received these in at two separate costs, this is my average cost. So my total cost is $35.40, and my sell is $49. So I'm going to take a picture of this, and we're going to use this to see what happens when we post our general ledger and then do the return. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to go to balance register. I have two transactions not posted. Here's my cash. And I'm going to say post. And we do have a 3 cents difference, so I'm going to have to fix that. So on this one, it's 10,620.12. And post. And leave nothing in the register. This will bring our total dollars sold. Okay, so let's go over to accounting and go to post transactions. And you can see we've got a lot of transactions here. So I'm just going to go ahead and post all these to give me zero balances for debits equaling credits. So I'm going to tag all, and then I'm going to say post to GL. And everything is clear. So I have a nice clean pre-general ledger posting table. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do a return on those two. Now remember, those two had two different costs and they were on two separate purchase orders. So let's go to transactions and do a return. Now I know that my invoice that we just did was 5008. So I'm going to skip this, and I'm going to say 5008. And here are the bottle coolers. I'm going to return both of them. Not just one, but both of them. Return to 5310. And 5310.06 is the dollar amount that I originally charged the customer. So I'm going to go to tender. I'm going to go to purchase order number, and I just skipped that completely. I don't really need a number on a return. Why am I returning it? Customer changed their mind. And what are we going to do? We're going to put it on store account and say OK. We'll apply later. No packing slip. And let's just do a quick preview. And it shows that we've taken 2 of them back again. And the 4916.72 is the correct dollar amount. And the sales tax is correct. And this matches my original invoice and invoice history. And we'll say OK. So now let's go to balance registers again. We have one transaction. That's the return we did. Continue. And there's nothing in the way of tender because we put it on account. So we just say post. Yes. OK. And as you can see, we do have the on account here. Now we're going to go over to our general ledger, and we're going to look at this thing. And it says here that our bottle cooler for purchases is a credit, because before when we sold it, it was a debit. Now it's a credit, and it's $35.40, which is the cost, $35.40. And it is going to debit our returns account for $49.16, which matches my 2 units at an average cost of $17.70. And then unapplied credits is $53.10, which is my accounts receivable. And my sales tax payable is being debited because I'm returning it. And my inventory returns are bringing it back at $354, which is my original total cost. So as you can see, my posting correctly brought back on a return 2 items that were on 2 separate purchase orders, and those came back perfectly. Now if we look at our inventory and we look at transactions, in our inventory center, I'm going to go to the TD 6524 HC. Now this is the item that currently says we have none in stock. That's because we had sold it and then we returned it, but we haven't decided what we're going to do with the return item. So as far as the inventory is concerned, it doesn't exist in stock. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our purchasing tab, returns from customers. And you see here's the 2 bottle coolers that were returned, that the customer changed their mind. So the question is, what are we going to do with these items? Are we going to return them to the vendor because they're defective? Are we returning them to stock so we can resell them? Or are we discarding them? So what we're going to do is we're going to click under the bottle cooler line and say return to stock. This item has been added back into the stock, and it's no longer on our process to customer returns. So let's go back into transactions and go back into inventory. And we're going to find that item again. That's that TD 6524 HC. And now we have 2 in stock. Okay, so we did the return, and now we're putting it back in stock again So let's see what kind of effect it had on general ledger, if any. So let's go into our accounting, post-transactions, and you'll see that on this invoice here, on the bottle cooler, we went ahead and did our return. So we debited it back to inventory. And in RMA processing, you'll see we did an inventory returns and we debited our inventory back for the correct dollar amount that was originally taken out of stock. So this all works perfect, and debits equal credits.